What up, everybody? It's your boy, the Great Tonga. So we in a building. It's been a while. I seen this, so I said I'm just gonna react to this today. On that note, if you have recommendations, leave them down below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. As you can see, I'm in my new spot, new place. So more reactions are on the way. They are on the way. I'm about to start back again. We here. On that note, yeah, if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Please subscribe. And on that note, let's begin. Oh, this is that battle. Kratos versus Asura from Asura's Wrath. Played Asura's Wrath and also played God of War. As far as I know, this is gonna be a great battle because they both is insane. I kind of got a feeling that Kratos gonna win, but I want Asura to win so much. He's underrated. He's the underdog. And the stuff you do in his game is insane. Like, the very beginning of the game, a giant-sized guy, giant, bigger than the planet, fucks the planet. He just punches the fist, and it's just insane. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Let's see what they got for me.
Versus Asura.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrathful Destructor. Because sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang!
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting a whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, Kratos was left among...
It's just the fact that he's just a father being betrayed by his son over and over again.
Spartan mortals, far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords, and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the Ghost of Sparta.
So he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades.
I say, I wonder if they're gonna give him Zeus, the gauntlet.
Could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light, a frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus,
who proved a serious challenge, until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife
family.
and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook,
Boy.
especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn
I
it,
ain't like
not
that.
again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time.
Yeah.
And Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the
yeah.
Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic
I
and a
wish he
poison
wielded
even
the
the
Mjolnir,
gods
though.
fear.
That would've been
It can
fine.
be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Aesir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back.
I need
He
to
even
play
has
Ragnarok.
relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse
If y'all want me to stream Ragnarok, let me know. I will.
gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
At the same
Oh, and
time.
that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the world tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its
flipped that around,
boughs.
too.
Every strand, transcending time, transcending space,
Can't leave that
everything
out.
comes
He
back
flipped that
to the
around.
tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past, not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender, a god of hope.
I'm gonna play Ragnarok.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood
I might do
Gold.
it on
With
Twitch.
Robinhood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions.
The privileges.
for that.
12,000 years he's free
Yeah.
to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other
This my
demigod
dog,
generals,
bro. Y'all
Asura
understand, bro.
served as
I love
defender of
Asura.
humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a
not
warrior,
bad.
but
He's a
also
warrior, yeah.
a husband with a daughter. Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Asura
Asura
wasn't
did
gonna
not
go
like that.
along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a
So they
dick.
thought.
But true to his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die.
Yep.
So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death.
Underworld,
Thanks to
yep.
some coaxing from a strange golden spider,
Yep.
he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay!
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giant
But they gotta show the one with the finger dude, and he punches the
It's like
bricks out that finger.
ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wizen.
Who could
Yeah.
dwarf the planet and wreck it with
Yes.
just a finger? Look at this!
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly,
Yep.
harden his fists to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the
Yep.
toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods,
Yep.
including a girl who very much reminded him of
Of
his
mom,
own
yep.
daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her
They got
whole
mad.
village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the
Yeah.
gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura
He
got
had to do
so
that.
freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years.
And
Seriously,
cooked
guys,
them.
you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yet
Exactly.
even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Nope.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Insane.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby
It
demigod
hurts
space in. It's okay though. His
The thing is, the more you hurt, the more max you get. So it's the
brother-in-law
perfect
punched
form.
the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again. Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His
Yep.
mantra form. Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved.
Yeah.
Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra
yeah.
and the entire universe.
Yeah.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it! That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the mantra reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his
listen.
real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon. A
This game was so good. Asura's rap was so good. If they want to remaster anything, remaster this.
sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his
Yes,
daughter.
sir. Yep.
A shield larger than a planet. Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was understandably impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Good buddy.
This battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
I don't know. I want Asura to win. I want him to win so bad. I wonder how they fall. Why is that how you run in the game?
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight.
Now, if he killed his daughter or hurt her in any way, it's gonna be a bad fight for Kratos. Ooh, this is good right here. The mercy. Nah. Yeah, this ain't ending like that. This ain't ending like that, Kratos. Kratos can max his speed though.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up!
You don't know nothing about this wrath.
Very well. Hold on, Asura, get up.
dig deep. You got your blades of Olympus out.
This is not my end!
Oh shit. They went to Shakti. Kratos can block it. Yeah, Kratos can most definitely block that. Same thing he did.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan!
Yeah, I knew Kratos was gonna win.
But you deserve a worthy end!
Ian. Oh, we're still going. We're still going. We still got it. We still got more. We still got more. We still got more.
You are a monster no longer. I never was.
I know we ain't about to end up with that. I guess so.
KO! Well, I guess Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Yeah.
Asura had some amazing displays of
But he ain't had
apocalyptic
no feats.
destruction, but
He
the
ain't had no
full
feats.
scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura.
Nope.
Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything.
Yeah.
His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So
Yeah.
Asura easily takes experience.
Yes, yeah.
But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the
Kratos
weapons
got
and
more
abilities
versatility.
Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his
Yep.
fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in
Yeah,
combat,
versatility
slowing down
was-
time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his mantra energy,
He
that's
can't
it
survive.
for him.
Yep.
So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
Yeah.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries,
Yeah.
days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right?
Nope.
Look at what he can do. If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in
No.
2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his
Kratos
peak,
is
Asura
stronger.
overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok
Yeah.
shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So
Yeah.
Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms
That's a fact.
conjoined, which we
Yeah.
see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above,
Yeah.
shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough
This-
force
yeah.
to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do.
We do it all the
Helios'
time.
speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him.
Yep.
Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same
And
as Asura,
Kratos.
and Kratos killed
Overpowered.
Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
Yep.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Who you telling?
Asura's.
Hey, you give me Asura Wrath. Boy, give me a remaster and we could do it again.
The sun rises.
I do it
The
myself.
god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
I can see that.
But what if?
Oh, we got an alternator? Boy, knock his head off. Scene back, it's scene back. We should wives and kids. I feel like Kratos would be happy though. I feel like he'd be happy.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
Spawn? Spawn? Oh, Ghost Rider? Oh. Ooh, Spawn versus Ghost Rider. Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
I don't know who will win that. I don't know who will win that. On that note, if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Please subscribe. On that note, I'm out. Peace.